We went there to kill them all. Fire and blood, blood and fire. I stalked through the midnight dark woods, making as little noise as possible. Kyle was beside me, Akio a step behind. We stole through the bare trunks like smoke, stepping lightly in our snowshoes, a pack of hungry wolves scenting prey. The target was still a football field away and 100 feet down slope, but experience had taught me to be wary. I'd been killed twice that week already, ambushed both times, had no interest in another death. Resetting in new places had been disorienting, unnerving. The rules had changed, and I didn't know all the new ones yet. But I'd learn. Reaching the tree line, I dropped to a knee and freed my boots from the snowshoes. An icy wind smacked me in the face, tingling my cheeks and scraping my nose like sandpaper. I peered down the plunging mountainside before me, a barren stretch of slope barely dusted with white, despite deep drifts piled up on both sides. A full moon hung low and huge in the sky, glowing like a candle. Squinting, I could see our objective. A log cabin at the bottom of the run, simple, rough-hewn, topped by a cedar chip roof and a stone chimney. Soft yellow lamplight spilled from 2 blocky windows. Inhaling, I caught faint traces of burning pine. I shook my head, nearly snorted in disbelief. These classmates were cocky. They'd planted a double line of tiki torches that stabbed up the center of the slope. Angry orange flames danced in the heavy gusts, reflecting off the frozen landscape, creating pools of shadow and light among the encroaching trees. The kids inside probably thought the torches made them safer. They didn't. Echoes of their laughter had risen all the way to our base at the mountain-top chalet. I was living in the same suite the black-suited man had once occupied, back in the real world, before it died. Stepping out onto the ice-covered patio, I'd heard voices, tasted wood smoke, spotted the flickering pinpricks a mile away. I clicked my tongue at the memory. This cabin was firmly outside of downtown limits, an expansion into my territory. They were testing me. Mistake. I glanced right, across 20 yards of open ground to a thicket on the opposite side of the slope, searching for the second prong of my strike force. This empty stretch would have made an excellent mogul's trail. My father had earmarked it for development, a project that would never happen and a future that would never be. Did time mean anything now? Did it exist inside the program? It had been 3 weeks since the Guardian revealed the true nature of our existence, how the planet had been destroyed by a series of cataclysms, our physical bodies burned to crisps, that the 64 members of Fire Lake's sophomore class were all that remained of humanity, existing as digital lines of code inside a supercomputer buried deep underground. Some couldn't accept it, couldn't wrap their heads around the idea of being nothing more than ones and zeros. They walked around like zombies, or hid. A few even defied the program, questioning its purpose, refusing the Guardian's instructions as if things were somehow up for debate. Idiots. The program was purpose, the last hope of our species. It was the greatest gift anyone had ever received. To rebel against it was madness, heresy. The smartest minds on Earth had crafted a single way forward for a few lucky souls. Who were we to question its dictates? I'd been murdered over and over back in the real world, never knowing why, racked by the pain and humiliation of thinking I was crazy. But I'd had it all wrong.